folks, for this week's task, you're going to need a couple of bits of equipment. You're going to need either pencil or pen. I would say usually you want to go with pencil, but I'm going to do it in pen so it's clearer for the video. You're going to need some sort of colouring implement, so either a marker pen or even a coloured pencil would be fine, and scissors and a ruler, okay? So we're going to use the knowledge that we've covered so far in 1 point perspective, but we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit creative with it, so that you can explore more things in more detail, okay? So first of all, the presentation that goes along with this is on Teams, so please make sure you look at that when you're doing it, and that will help you out with the step-by-step guide. But this video obviously shows you everything that I'm expecting you to do just in the first instance, and then you can go away and explore some more ideas with it. So first thing I want you to do is we're basically going to identify a vanishing point. Now, it can be anywhere on the page. I would suggest you make it in the same location as mine, just so it's a little bit clearer and you know exactly what you're doing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to draw 3 boxes down the right hand side. Doesn't really matter the size of these boxes, but again, if you try and keep them kind of fairly consistent with what I'm doing, and it should mean that you won't find it difficult when you're doing your own version, because you're just basically copying what you see here. So I've got one, I'm going to do another one here in line with the vanishing point. So I'm going to say top and bottom is going to go there and there, just like it shows you in the resource that's on Teams. And then again, I'm going to do another one down here. So 3 boxes, vanishing point kind of in line with this middle one. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do our normal perspective, 1 point perspective rule. So we take each of the corners to the vanishing point and try and keep this as light as you can. I'll obviously go over it later on to show you what you would end up with. So I'm going to take those 3. I'm going to take this one and this one, and I'm going to take the top 3 from this kind of bottom box. And you'll see what we're producing here, or what we're trying to produce here is kind of these boxes looking as if they're 3-dimensional going off into the distance. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take our straight line parallel with that edge there. We're going to slide it back, making sure it's parallel. So parallel basically means that the ruler and the pencil are the same distance apart. They're not converging, they're not coming together, or they're not going apart from each other, they're same distance. Once you've got that, I'm going to basically draw in my line there, and I'm going to draw in my line there, and then lastly, line in the middle. Okay, now notice I've stopped there on the top one, and I've stopped there on the bottom one, and that's quite important, because that's then going to give us a next opportunity to do our horizontal line, which is going to come across the way. So I'm going to take that there, I'm going to slide it up, keeping it horizontal. So again, just to show you, if it helps, you can line up a pencil with that edge, line up your ruler, and then it means you know exactly where you're drawing that line in. And then likewise, if I line up that there, line up my ruler with it, where it meets that point, and draw a line across. And that gives me my 3 boxes, okay? What I would then do is I would take my pencil or a pen and go around it a little bit heavier, just so that it's clearer for you folks in the video. You don't necessarily have to do this stage, but it will look better on your overall drawing if you do. I would recommend that. Take the time and complete this stage. Okay, so the next bit is colour. I'm going to use a marker just because, again, I think it'll be a little bit clearer, but you might want to use colour pencil on this one. What we're going to do is you're going to try and get 3 different colours, 3 different tones, if you like, on your object. So I'm going to basically quickly marker render all 3 boxes. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, I want 2 of the surfaces to be slightly darker, so I'm just going to go over them with another layer. So for example, we want that one to be the lightest, that one to be the darkest. I'm going to go another layer in here. And then again, I'm just going to go another layer on here. And then lastly, I'm going to go one more layer on the bottom here, just to kind of make this the darkest of all 3. And then likewise, I'm going to go with this one, make that the darkest of all 3. Okay, next bit then is to look at what we're going to cut away. So what I would suggest you do is you plan this out a little bit, just so that it's a little bit easier for you to work out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my line in pencil where I'm going to cut out. So I'm going to basically take a straight line from that point there across the way, and I'm going to take a line here, and I'm going to go straight the way down, straight the way down, straight the way down. And the idea is we're going to chop round all of this so that all this stuff here gets chopped away, and it gives us our cool little illusion that we're going to have when we finish up. So take my bit of paper, and I'm going to start cutting this away. Okay, and then when you look at it in the end, what you're left with is a kind of bit of an optical illusion where it looks as if the page and these cubes are coming out from the side of the page. Okay, right, hopefully you'll enjoy that. Have a wee go and obviously post up in Teams what you're able to do. Looking forward to seeing your submissions.